But let's see in general for Cancers what energies are going to be swirling around for the month of July. Your challenge or focus, we've got the Page of Coins. So this can work in a couple of different ways. This could be a child who's proving challenging for you, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This could be, as far as a challenge goes, I mean, you've really got good runes around this, so I don't really feel like it's a challenge per se, but you could have a very studious, serious child, or dealing, it may not be your child at all, but you may be dealing with a child like this. Maybe you're a teacher and it's a kid in your class who's just maybe not being challenged enough, or not applying themselves in school because they're very smart and they're kind of bored, would be the way that I would consider that if it is coming up as a person. For many of you, though, this could be like you're waiting on news regarding, though, a new job, a course of study. Maybe you enrolled in a program or enrolled in a school. You're waiting to see if you got in, or you interviewed for a job. You applied for a job, and you're waiting to hear news. You're waiting to hear back if you got it. So that's not a big challenge. I just feel like, some of you are waiting on news or dealing with a kid that either needs to have more fun or who is bored in their studies. And it's like you're trying to get them to maybe put the books down and go out and have some more fun, or put the video games down and go out and have more fun, go outside and play, that kind of stuff. Pages do not have to be children. They can also be adults, but it would normally be somebody that you view as younger. So a younger sibling, or, something like that. So maybe you have a younger sibling going out to college or moving to start a new job. Some of you may be just spending a lot of time with your kids, so you're trying to find time because it is summertime here in the Northern Hemisphere. So the kids are, home, and you may be like trying to find time, carve out time to spend more quality time with them, take them to do things during summer while they're off school. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun with that. You may be planning something in particular. I'm seeing Disney World. So somebody may be going to Disney World or Disneyland, or planning to take the kids there this summer. And for some of you, you're planning like a hidden surprise. Maybe some of you have a kid that has a birthday in the summertime, and you are planning a surprise party or planning something special to do for that. But those of you that are waiting on job news or waiting to hear if you got into school, I feel like the interview process went really well, because Bunyo, the rune of joy, is here. So it's like you're waiting on joyful news or expecting joyful news, and there may just be, and maybe it's taking longer than you would like, and this may be due to hidden factors because Pedro is here. So, I mean, there may be things going on behind the scenes. Maybe they had more applicants than they were thinking, or they've got to interview more people than they were thinking. Something of that nature. In the present energy, so the end of June as we move into July, Cancer, you have Seven of Cups in reverse. So this is a card of reality setting in. And for many of you, this is involving perhaps a family situation or a family member, maybe an older family member, or something of that nature, because we have Othila, the rune of inheritance, older family members, inherited traits. In the reverse, it can indicate delay and frustration with someone. And this can also be, it doesn't have to be family, it can just be delay and frustration because someone is not putting in effort in a relationship, in a job. They're not doing the things they said they would do. Maybe someone else in the family is not taking care of an older relative or looking after them properly, or maybe there's a daycare situation. Again, going back to this younger energy that you feel is not looking after the kids properly. But whatever this is, when this rune is in reverse, it's like someone has done something or gotten themselves into a situation that they can't talk or buy their way out of. They've got to And I don't feel this is you, Cancer. I feel this is someone you're dealing with that's causing disruption, maybe within the family, or it's causing disruption within your schedule to try to get something sorted out. But this seems to be energy. Yeah, again, it's in the present. So here at the end of June that you're trying to kind of clear up. This is a card in the reverse of illusions being shattered. So anything that, anybody that was kind of maybe trying to hoodwink you or present themselves as something they are not, you're seeing them for who they are at this point. And it may not be pleasant, either because they're just not a very nice person or because you were hoping that they were someone else, someone that they're not. So, again, that's going to apply to you in different ways depending on who this person is. But it is somebody who's not putting in effort or not being fair. They could be being very selfish. It's all about what they want, not considering other members of the family or not considering you. And it is just causing arguments and things, or maybe caused arguments in June. Yeah, because the help that's going to be available to you, you've got 7 of Wands. So this is saying you need to stand up for yourself and your rights in whatever this situation is, Cancer. Once you do that, I feel like that's why, because I know last month you had kind of a challenging energy going on. I think the universe was kind of pushing you to, fight back. It's time. Stand up for you. Defend yourself. Probably verbally, hopefully not physically. But yeah, the seven of Wands is about defending your viewpoint, defending yourself, your rights, your property, what is yours, who is yours, against naysayers or against people who are, kind of coming at you. The thing is, though, with the 7 of Wands, and especially in the advice position, is that you have the higher ground, meaning you're the one that is in the right here. Sorry about the interruption, Cancer. I had to change batteries right out the gate, of course. But as I was saying, the advice is stand up to whoever your naysayers are, whoever is kind of coming at you in July, because that is how you're going to get out of that energy. That's how you're going to move out of that energy. Maybe it's time some people see that they've pushed you too far or taken advantage of you one too many times, because with Soaluga, the sun rune here, that indicates a victory, but you may tend to give up in the face of these things normally, because you feel that you either just don't want to deal with it, or because people are maybe you feel they have more power than you in a certain situation, or that they are overpowering you in some way. So it's time to fight back, Cancer. That's what I'm seeing here. And again, it's kind of like any difficult energy you're encountering, like we were talking about last month, it's going to keep coming up until you deal with it. Basically, that's what life is. It's like whatever we don't want, you got to figure out the right way to deal with it, and you just kind of try different things until, and finally something will work and put an end to that energy. So don't stay in it. If all you have to do to get out of this is say, hey, enough's enough, do it. July's the month. What must be accepted? We do have the Devil card in reverse. So this is a good card in reverse because it means a release from bondage or being liberated from a trying circumstance or a situation that you felt trapped in. So again, standing up for yourself is going to pay off, I feel like you've been very patient with somebody who has either been like maybe disappearing, or there may have been a separation or, a split of some sort, someone you haven't heard from in a while. And because maybe you did have words, or it could be that this happens after you actually say, hey, you know what? This isn't fair to me. Enough's enough. Maybe after you say that, yeah, they'll kind of take off, but it's liberating you from the devil, basically. It's liberating you from something that was weighing you down. You may not even realize that something, and this could be a job, it doesn't have to be a person, but it could be that as soon as you cut off from this person and kind of take a break, stop speaking to them, that you are like, wow, I'm really kind of liberated from that negativity or arguing with this person, or their unfair, like how they would take advantage of me. And it actually feels really good. Now, for some of you, you are being liberated from a job situation, because again, we were talking about, I'm trying to start a new job, I'm trying to get this promotion, I'm trying to get into this study course or this certification program. You're getting good news in an offer or an acceptance in the month of July. So yeah, June into July, that first little bit again, we're kind of finishing up energy from June, and then depending on how you handle it, Cancer, you can really start reaping the rewards. And those of you that are looking for work, applying, talking, waiting on news in July, many of you are going to get an offer. Because I think many of you, this devil is your work, whatever you're doing for work. You just feel really, it's just a real slog, and you feel trapped. Either by circumstances or maybe a boss, or because maybe this is, for some of you, this is this boss, this person who is coming up as the selfish individual, who's causing disruption in your life. It could be a boss or someone that, just demands a lot, but for no reward. For many of you, this news could be coming in, this job offer could be coming in from something you interviewed for quite some time ago, because we were talking about some delays going on, and maybe if you interviewed during that period in April and May where all those planets were retrograde, news could be coming in from as long ago as that, because I do feel like it's been like, okay, the interview went really good, I thought I made a good impression, and then just radio silence. And I've been waiting, and I kind of gave up on them, and then finally they got back to me. Some of you may be applying going on this interview in July. And if you do, it may be one that you're a little bit like, it's either maybe far away, maybe you're really nervous about the interview. Who isn't? Everybody gets nervous about job interviews. I don't think it's anything. It's not anything anybody looks forward to, I don't think. But don't let that stop you from going. It is one of those things where it's like, you got to go defend, sell yourself, defend yourself, say, okay, here are my strengths, whatever they throw at you. Seven of Rods doesn't have to be a card of battle and arguments, although that's normally what it is. It is more of a conflict card. It can also just be a lot of questions being fired at you, but you are, again, on the higher ground, so you'll answer whatever they throw at you. Just be honest, be honest and sell yourself. Sell your strengths without throwing anybody else under the bus, especially maybe your current boss. It's funny how boss and bus, you may want to throw that boss under the bus. But yeah, whenever you're interviewing for a new job, if you're talking negatively about where you're working now, that doesn't usually tend to go over too well, because they feel like, well, if she ever leaves here, he or she ever leaves here, they'll talk bad about me too. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, there may be a job interview. It may be far out or far away from your home, or it could be something to where you would need to relocate, and you're like, oh, I don't really. Go ahead and take the interview, because I feel like the money, and there's a lot of luck and protection around this as well. Any interviews or jobs you're looking into in July, Cancer, because the outcome is 8 of Coins. So again, apprenticeship, learning a new skill, getting a new job, getting promotions. A lot of work, but it's work you love. It's work you're enjoying. It may require a lot of attention to detail. For some of you, it could be that, there is the new element of this, because with 8 of Coins, there is always you're training to learn something new, or going to school to learn something new, or taking a course or something. But it's something you've never done before for many of you, this new element. It's like, okay, yes, a lot of the job is based on your past experience, but then you'll also be doing this. And it's this new element that could change your life for the better. So either you could be earning earning more, It could lead to future jobs where you're more focused on the new aspect of this. It'll be more responsibility, more work, but again, I think you're going to enjoy the newness of it, the freshness of it, the new element that's added, the new skill that you're learning, and that coupled with the money, of course. So, yeah, for those of you that have been very kind of patient, looking for new work, looking for a new job, looking to increase your pay, increase your status with the title, the job title, in some way, I think you're going to be very happy in July. Some of you may be starting in August as well, because this is in 8 and that's where we're ending, because, you know, July, we're going into August. So for some of you, maybe you interview in July, you don't start the job until August, or maybe you apply for the job, then you don't hear anything until August. So, I mean, July and August seem significant for those of you that are looking for work. There could also be some new health news for those of you who this isn't coming up as work, where you're not looking for new work or not interviewing. This could also be a new treatment or a new approach to a health issue for maybe this older relative, for those of you that's how that was playing out. You could be waiting on news about health regarding someone, and it may be a bit disruptive, the news that comes in, or their condition may be concerning you, but it does look like with the 8 of Coins, there is an approach or a treatment that will bring stability back to this person's health, or your health if it's you, Cancer, because again, these energies can always work both ways. Sometimes they'll be talking about you, other times they're going to be talking about people around you that affect you. But that is what I see, Cancer, for the month of July. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn person too, because we've got this Page of Coins. This Page of Coins could be a Capricorn, since the double card is